Well, the save might just be about to take a very interesting turn. Hi there, how you doing? My name is Stu. Welcome to part 18 of the My Career Save here on FM24. Thank you for joining me in today's video, where I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go. Well, I've got a good idea actually how it's going to go, but I'm not too sure exactly what point it's going to happen. Now, to fully explain what's going on, I'm going to throw you back to Past Stu, and Past Stu's going to talk you through exactly what situation we currently find ourselves in. Hi, this is Past Stubo here, and well, you can see immediately what I'm on about. So, I just happened to be on the home screen, and I changed this. This was on Insecure Jobs, and I just happened to go to Available Jobs, just changing it here. And I just thought I'd just have a look and see what there was. And Charlton was there, and I just looked at it and thought to myself, Charlton. Back when I first got into football, Premier League club for quite a while, and they've never been able to get back up to there. That has a little bit of magic about it. I don't know what it is, but something is drawing me to it. Also, they're the league above us, but they're also struggling in the league above us. They're currently in 17th. They've actually won... did they win their last game? They drew their last game. They're actually on a bit of a bounce at the moment. They've not lost in their last 3, so they're on a bit of a recovery drive since parting ways with their ex-manager. Their ex-manager, by the way, if we just have a quick double check, was the manager at the beginning of the save, which was Nathan Jones, who they've had, obviously, for a while. So they're willing to give managers a chance here. Now, when I applied for the job, I just threw an application in just because. They did say they were looking to give Darren Way an opportunity, but then the interview has come. So I don't know when we'll hear back from this interview, but of course we're going to go for it, because this could be our first opportunity of progression in the save. So, we are invited to put forward our vision for the club and to allow us to suggest any alterations should they decide to hire us. I mean, that sounds promising immediately. So, only the one team. What do we say to that? We've only managed the one team. Is it a good or a bad thing? I think that... What do we say? What do we say? I think we go with that one. There isn't much loyalty left in football anymore, but I think it reflects well on me that I've shown plenty of it. Let's go with that one. We've done some highly impressive work at your current club. Why do you want to move on? Time's right. I think that's the only answer, really. Next step is probably the one, as far as I can, seeking a new challenge. I don't think we say that one. I don't think we say that one. It's one of these two, I think. I'm not sure which one, but it's one of these two. Let's go with that one. I think so. It would be quite the change for you if you were to leave your current job to come here. Are you confident of handling such a big jump? It's one league, Jim. It's one league. I've jumped up 2 in the last couple of years already. It's one league. I think my body of work proves I deserve an opportunity to step up and manage a much bigger team. I'm ambitious. I want to work at the very highest level. I think we go with convince. With your team currently defying expectations in the league, are you perhaps looking to take advantage by moving whilst your stock is high? Yes. Jim, if I'm honest, that's exactly what it is. I've done a good job there and feel that the time is right to take the next step in my career. I could say that one. Done a good job there, but I've also taken them as far as they can go. I don't really want to put them down. I plan on bringing all that good momentum with me to hit the ground running. I mean, I feel like that one. There we go for that one. The club we're looking for a candidate capable of performing to competition expectations, something our last manager did not do. I mean, you kept him for 2 seasons, so he must have done all right. Are you confident of handling that better than your predecessor? Have you seen my record with Spennymoor? I think that I'm tempted to go with that. I will always back myself to succeed. Yeah, do you know what? Let's do that. Comes from performing for far too long. Are you the right person to turn things around? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm all about motivation. I believe our reputation sufficiently answers that question. About myself to come in and make an immediate difference. Right, 1 or 2 small adjustments and then enjoy the results. Team doesn't need a radical overhaul. Though the club is underperforming, given the chance to think it could take the team further. Don't defend me masking such. I'm not saying that one. I think we say. We're not saying that one. I'm tempted to say that one. It doesn't put a promise in, but yeah, we'll go with that one. As part of the recruitment process, we are willing to allow you to request changes to our backroom staff, as well as a chance to request any staff members you would like to bring with you from your former your current club? What size budget? I will go with a small one. Just a small one. I'd like to share our vision for the future with you, as the successful candidate will be required to make it become a reality. If you have any reflections on it, now's the time to speak up. Okay, so they want us to strive to make progress on and off the pitch. Very vague as a culture. Wage budget, fine. Grow the club's reputation, fine. Get them back into the championship would be a great way of doing that. In terms of the contracts and things like that, 1 year for over 33, 2 year over 31. Not bothered about that. Right, this season I want to finish mid-table in League One. That is so achievable that I really want this job now. Competitive in the FA Cup. I don't know what that means, but sure, fine. And being competitive in the EFL Trophy. I mean, they don't really care that much about that. Next season, working towards promotion to the Championship. This is literally what I would say I would have wanted to do. I'm going to say that one. We're going to agree with that. Top half finish. You've just said mid-table, Jim. We're already disagreeing on things. Fine. I think we could do a top half. I think we can do that. I think we'll stick with it. If hard wins provide you with a transfer budget of £451,000, I don't know how much that is for League One. It's the most money I think we've seen. I mean, we had about that actually at the start of this season. For halfway through the season, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm delighted. Wage budget, I've got no idea whether that's good or bad. We'll just agree with it. I've got nothing else. That's it. That's it. That's the interview done. Right. So. Haha. It's now in the hands of the gods. What I'm now going to do is, obviously you've seen the beginning of the video. I've not really revealed much. I'm going to go forward until we hear the result of this. When we hear the result, that's when we're going to come back proper. And then we'll either get our feet under the table at Charlton, or we will carry on with Spennymoor and do our very best to get them as high up in the league as we can. So, over to Future Stu. Thank you, Past Stu. And, wow. They're asking me what backroom changes I want to make, which can only really mean one thing, which is we're going to get offered the job. Yeah. I think we all know what I'm probably going to do. They're the league above us. We're massively overachieving, but we're picking up injuries, which we'll get on to. I will talk about how things have been going. I feel like this is a no-brainer. We'll go over this, and then we'll have a look at how we've been doing with Spennymoor. But it's looking like, in my opinion, we might be having a new club. Right, who do we want to move? Well, I kind of, person number 2, I love the fact that there's obviously a glitch in the game here. I would love to take Glenn Taylor with us. I feel like he's someone we need to take with us, but I don't know whether I would want to have him as a director of football, or maybe as a, I don't know, can he be like under 18s manager or something? Like, do we need an under 18s manager? Who we got? Under 21s manager is Christopher Locke. Under 18s manager is Jason Pearce. I mean, he's actually quite a good manager at that level, to be fair, so maybe we don't get rid of him. He's okay. What about Glenn? What's he like? Glenn is poor. Glenn is very poor. But I want to show a bit of loyalty with him. He helped get us promoted in those first 2 seasons. I kind of want to take him with me. So do we... I want to find a spot for him. I mean, director of football is the most obvious one. He could do manager or youth development. I don't think youth development's a good thing. I don't think director of football's a good thing either. So I kind of thinking, do we make him one of the under 18s or under 21s managers? Do you know what? See whether he's interested in being an under 18s manager. See whether he is. I think we might be in luck with that. So we untip that. Okay, we can't do that. Jason Pearce's compensation budget puts us way over what we want, so we can't actually do that. So, okay, sorry, Glenn, you ain't coming with us. I don't really know then, because, I mean, who is our director? We don't have a director of football at the moment, actually. Do you know what? That's it then. We'll just bring him in, and then we'll try and reshuffle once he's here, because we don't have one at the moment. That just fills the gap in. Okay, that takes up a lot of our budget. They really haven't given us a big budget at all for this. So, are there any positions that we need coaches? I mean, are the coaches that we've got going to be any good? I mean, he's actually not a bad coach. I mean, he's pretty bang average. He's a set-piece coach. He's not particularly great. Stephen Henderson, he's not particularly great either. We've got lots of work to do in terms of the coaches. Okay, Julian Dix can come. No, he can't. We actually can't afford anyone other than one person. Right, Glenn Taylor it is then. That's it. Well, looks like I'm going to Charlton then. In terms of how the save is going, I have brought you back obviously earlier than I was going to. We're the 15th of November at the moment. In terms of how we're doing, we are doing quite well. So we've only lost 3 games all season, which is pretty good going for the teams in the top 7, actually. There's only 2 more teams that have lost less than we have. Draws have been the thing. We've had 5 draws, which is the most in the top 7. But we've got 9 wins, which is the least in the top 7. So we're obviously the worst team in the top 7. But we're in the top 7, which is the main thing. We're actually level on points with Walsall at the moment. Our goal difference is better than theirs, quite substantially. We've actually got the best defence in the league, which baffles me completely. Really, really does. Our goal scoring is actually on the lower side. I have noticed that as well. If I show you the results that we've had, you can see there's the occasional game where we do batter a team. But then we've had these 0-0s. The draws that we've had tend to be games where we haven't been able to score. We've kept a clean sheet. We've been very good at doing that, to be fair, but the goal scoring has been a problem in those particular games. If we can't score against a team, 9 times out of 10, we're just aware that we can probably stop them from scoring, other than the occasional ones like Grimsby and Wimbledon. But we've had a good season so far. I'm very, very happy. I almost don't want to leave as a result of that, but, you know, opportunities going to come around. You've got to take them. I'm quite happy with how things are going. Now, if we have a quick look at League 2 and have a look at the profile, I've not had a look at this yet, but you can see McNicholas, what a goalkeeper he is. He has been absolutely superb for us. 12 clean sheets. It's nice to have a quality goalkeeper. Let's have a quick look. He's a good League 2 player. There's a reason why I've looked at that. I'm looking at potentially players we can take with us. I don't know whether there's any players who are going to be good enough, but yeah, we're having a fantastic season. Really, really happy. But I mentioned about injuries. Now, injury crisis is getting better, but you can see we've had 6 or 7 players injured. Alex Ferguson has just come back from injury. We were doing pretty badly. We've also got Liam Ravenhill suspended. We are kind of struggling a little bit, to the point where I actually brought up Angelos Mikhail, who is a Cypriot player, I believe. Yes, he is. But he's obviously got English as a second nationality. I called him up because we needed a player. And I tell you what, I'm almost gutted to be leaving because this guy has been great for us. 2 appearances in League 2, 2 goals and an assist. In the FA Cup, 1 goal and an assist in 1 appearance. He's been great since I brought him up. He's a model citizen as well. I mean, this guy's going to probably not ever get to the point where he can play for us at Charlton, but I am tempted to try and sign him at Charlton. I am very, very tempted. In terms of his ability, how good can he be? Just can improve a lot. I'd like a bit more than can improve a lot. I'd like actually a level on that particular one. But I am tempted to try and sign him because he's got a decent amount of potential, allegedly. If we can get him to 4-star, that might be League 1 level. So, you know, we could also potentially turn a profit on him as well. So I'm thinking way ahead there. I don't think we actually need him, but it is what it is. We look at the best players at the club, though. Will Sweet's obviously on loan. Alex Ferguson is the next one. I feel like he's very much a League 2 player, yeah. So he's probably not going to develop any more. So I think we're probably, if he's not going to be any good for that, we're probably not taking anyone with us when we move. So we're probably going to be saying goodbye to a lot of these boys. Again, we've got this core group of players who are top quality. 12 people in the squad. The rest of them are just... Got a group who can just about hang here. And we've got a group here who are just utter dross. But they've done miracles for us. They genuinely have. So I am quite sad. Now, we have got a game against Fleetwood today. I am going to play the game against Fleetwood as like a final swan song. I don't know what the state the squad is going to be in because, you know, we've got no players. We're actually missing our two of our main central midfielders. So I don't exactly know who's going to play. Regan Riley's probably going to have to play, and we've had a falling out with him. So that's going to be interesting. We are absolutely down to bare bones. It is an absolute shambles. Look at the state of the bench. Look at the state of this. It's kind of my fault because there's so many players who are unregistered who I decided just weren't going to be good enough. But I stand by it. It is what it is. we are in an absolute shambles in terms of availability. And this is part of the reason why I do want to leave. Because financially, if we stay in this division, we ain't going to be able to do much to improve other than look at free transfers. And even then, we're going to struggle with the wage budget, I think. Because the wage budget at the moment, we have got a decent amount left in there. But at this level, that's 1 or 2 players, if you're lucky. So, right. I'm going to get us to the Fleetwood game. We're going to play it. And then we're going to see what happens. Well, that didn't take long at all. And here is the 11 that we're going to have to try and work with. It's not particularly great, I've got to be honest with you. I'm actually going to make a change. I'm going to put Amari Benjamin back in. On the bench, there's 4 players who I don't use. Ever. Because we have better options who are all injured. Make of that what you will. The 11 is going to be McNicholas in goal, Monroe, Yefeko, Ward and Sweeney in defence, Riley and Abdullah in the middle with Mendes, Ferguson and Higgins supporting Benjamin up front. The attacking line, I've got very little issue with that. Very little issue whatsoever. It's not perfect, but very little issue at all. Benjamin hasn't been as good in the last few games, but he's still a good striker. Abdullah's been really good. Ferguson is Ferguson. We know how good he is, but again, he has been injured. Players who are missing, Cottrell has been good recently. I mean, look at that level of consistency he's had in his last 5 games. He's been really, really good. Hewitt, we know what he can do. It's been really annoying not to have him available. Banks is, again, a bit of a loss, which is a bit frustrating. We know what he can do as well. Assist king last season, but he hasn't been able to show that this year. Ben Doherty is a really, really annoying one. He's up to 6 months out. He's actually been a very, very good player for us on the most part. He's not necessarily had the best match ratings, but he has been throwing those assists in there, as you can see, when he's had a chance. Max Robson's been a really good backup midfielder as well. Ravenhill's obviously suspended and Sweety's on international duty because he's actually a decent player. The same with the youngster as well. And also Carlos Richards is on international duty with Gibraltar, of course. And Ismail is a left back who, would help as well. It's annoying, but we'll have to make do with what we've got. We're just going to have to make do with it. We are going to have to give a squad number to Callum Luck because he's not been involved in a matchday squad at all. You can see Ollie Dyson and Jack Hunter have had to have numbers given at some point as well when we've got no interest in using them whatsoever, which is quite funny. Right, well, this might be the last game we play with Spennymoor, and we're doing it with a depleted side away from home against Fleetwood. Look at the benches. The benches is utterly ridiculous. Oh, goodness me. I think we'll just say that one, and I'm just going to try and G the players up as best as I can just to try and get us over the line. The starting 11, really, we're just banking on that to try and get us over the line today because we've got nothing on the bench that can possibly get us any further. I could have looked at the under-21s, to be fair, or the under-18s, whichever one we've got. I think we've got the under-21s to try and fill the bench out, maybe, but it's not really going to do anything. Now, Fleetwood are 18th. That helps us out a little bit in terms of we're not playing a top team here. So hopefully we can just get over the line here. I mean, I'll take a draw in this one. I will take a draw. I will be absolutely delighted with one with the state our squad is in. And Fleetwood at the moment looking, well, and the match momentum's kind of swung in our favour now, which is good. Hopefully we can continue with that. Although the first highlight is a Fleetwood highlight, which is not what we want when our squad is the structural integrity of tissue paper, and we've conceded straight away in the 13th minute. It's 1-0 to Fleetwood. Well, hopefully the Charlton CEO isn't watching. Hopefully the owner's not got this game tuned in on the telly box because that's it's not ideal, really, is it? That's not ideal at all. Sam Long with the header. It is 1-0. Reece Monroe looks like he's had a bit of a knock as well because his fitness has gone down. I am just going to... In fact, no, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let them play out. Right, Higgins into Sweeney, that was. Sweeney now looking to cross it in. He's just giving the ball away there to Broom, which is a bit frustrating. Broom swept him up there. Make no apologies for my dad jokes. Right, Virtue into Smith. Smith looking to get it forward now. Gets it to... I do apologise. Hunts. I've got to get my words right there. I will have had to bleep that because I went to say Kevin because there was a K Smith and I thought of Kevin Smith for some reason. Hunts. His name is Hunts. We are not doing very well here. I'm trying to hide away from that. Not doing very well at all. It's quite depressing. Right. Come on, boys. Right. Free kick. Riley whips it in. Looking for Ward. over the bar. I thought we might be able to do what they did to us there. Whiteman didn't have much to do. He's not had much to do in this game at all. It's very disappointing, actually. And the thing is, we don't have the personnel changes that we can make other than the striker that we've got. Right, Benjamin now, he's not had the best of games, does force a save, and we do have a corner, which is great. Right, corner time. Ferguson. Can he whip it in? Can he make something from this? We don't flick it on. We've still got possession. No, we don't have possession, actually. I thought Riley got onto that. He didn't. Right, Monroe. As position at right back, gets to Ferguson. Ferguson into Mendes. Love some Mendes magic here. That'd be great, and it is Mendes magic, and it is 1-1 in the 40th minute. That is more like it. Get in there, boys. Happy days. Right, Monroe to Ferguson. Ferguson gets around his man, passes it to Mendes. Mendes, again, we just said we wanted that bit of Mendes magic, and there it is. He wants to sign off. He's not signing off. He's going to be staying. He wants to sign me off in style, and he definitely may have done that. It's got his rating up as well. He was on a 6.3, so that definitely helps. I am thinking at half-time what we can do. The only change I've got... I've been praising McNicholas in this episode, and he's just gone and let that in. It's whipped in here. Deflected. Now, I'm convinced that's an easy save. It's amazing how this game can make you so happy at one end and so sad at the other. 2-1 at half-time. What do we say? What do we say? What do we say? I'm going to say that one, and then we're just going to go around the room. Right, you two. Not good enough. Get better. You. Not good enough. Get better. You. Calm yourself down. You two. You three, in fact. Shambles. You. Shambles. You. And just you. You weren't that bad. Right. I'm thinking Tony Weston. Let's try and get him, because he has scored a few goals for us. I'm just thinking, do we take Akil Higgins off? We'll put Benjamin out wide because he can play there. And Weston can go there, I think. We'll do that. And then the other changes, no, we're not even going to look at them. We're not even going to look at them. I'm going to fire you up. Let's just go for it, shall we? Fire the boys up. Let's try and go again. We're good enough to get a point out of this game, lads. Let's go and get it. If not, maybe a win. That'd make me even happier. Right, come on, lads. Come on, we've had another chance in this game, which is good. Momentum's been all us so far in this second half. Just need to keep that up. Right, throw in. Sweeney gets to Ferguson. Back to Sweeney. Whipping it in. Looking for Mendes. Can't quite get there. And Phoenix Patterson on the ball now. No one was there to challenge him, which is a bit frustrating. Right, Yafeko heads it to Monroe. Monroe gets it to Riley. Riley into Ferguson. Ferguson comes over towards that left-hand side, looking to get the ball to someone. Gets it to Riley. Riley's going to go for one here, isn't he? He is! And it's just wide, and you wonder whether, if he's playing week in, week out, does that get buried in the bottom corner? I bet it does, you know. I bet it does. But he's not been good enough at this level to warrant that playing time, so it is what it is. Right, I'm thinking about freshness now. We need to start freshening the team up a little bit. I don't really want to take Ferguson off, but visually, to watch, he's been our best player. So I am thinking that we have to do something. I mean, he can play out wide, so I'm debating, do we take Benjamin off because he's not been playing that well. Right back, there's very, very little we can do about right back other than put Regan Riley there. And then we need a central midfielder, which I do have in Isaac Fletcher. So maybe we bring Isaac Fletcher on, we swap those two around and give Isaac some game time in the middle. I'm going to keep Ferguson on as long as we possibly can because he is our best player. Come on, lads. I'm close to going attacking as well. Riley at right back. Don't know whether that's a good thing or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Right, Ferguson into Mendes. Mendes, a bit more Mendes magic into Benjamin. It is Mendes magic. And Amari Benjamin has made it 2-2. And now what we need to do is make sure we do not concede again. It is 2-2. I'm happy again now. Or happier, I should say. Ferguson finds that pass to Joe Mendes. A bit of Mendes magic. Gets in the right area. Makes that pass to Benjamin, who's playing out wide on a poor racing. But gets a goal to make it 2-2. Get in there, boys. Right. Turn this game around in the second half. We've been absolutely outstanding. Right, let's go and get another and win the game now. Let's do it. Fire the boys up. Let's go and get a winner. We can do it. We can do it. Right. They have freshened their team up quite significantly, though. That is the one concern I've got. Whereas we can make changes, but they ain't going to help at all. They're really not. One of them's a goalkeeper, and I'm not doing that. Oh, this is going to be it here. It is it. It's 3-2. It's 3-2. It's been disallowed. The gods are with us. It's been disallowed. It is still 2-2. Right. I'm going attacking. I want a winner. I want a winner. I can smell blood. I can smell blood. Right. Connor Wood's coming on at left back. And that's the final change that I can really justify making. Right. Connor Wood's on. We've got to throw in Connor Wood. Trying to get to Fletcher. I mean, neither of them have had any match time at all this season. And they've combined to give the ball away. And here's McPhillips in the 86th minute. Meepo now goes for a shot. McNichols manages to see that past the post. We have a goal kick now. Right, come on, boys. We've got players out there who have not played football in a while. Show why I've been wrong not to play you, boys. That's what we're looking for. Right, Mendes. Can't do anything here. Oh, we're going to intercept here? No, not quite. Right, Helm into Neil. Here come Fleetwood. Phoenix Patterson now. Gets it to McPhillips. They're carving through us here. We are a tired team because we've not made as many changes as they have. It's offside anyway. It's okay. We've got a free kick. If we see this over the line, I will be delighted. Like, actively, absolutely delighted. Right, throw into Fleetwood in our half. There's time left. Shipley into the box. Wood's there. Clears it. Trying to get it to Weston. Can't quite get it there. We've still got some pressure on us here. Right, Phoenix in the box here. He looks for the goal himself. He goes past the far post, though. Should have passed it, really. We might have just seen this out, though. We have seen this out. It is a draw. It's not a famous draw necessarily, but we have been very much bailed out by that attacking midfield three. Ferguson and Mendes were very good in that game. We bailed ourselves out there. We really did. I also swore, which is quite funny. Right. Well, that's the game. And now we pretty much wait for Charlton to see what they say. Because I'm imagining we're going to get a job offer. And we have to evaluate it on its merit. Here's the thing. In real life, would I leave Spennymoor for Charlton? Well, the one thing I am going to say is we need to look at what the wage will be. Our wage at the moment is £975 a week. If it's obviously better than that, and we are in a position where we look like we're going to continue to be in a higher league, it obviously is a no-brainer. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But all in all, that cemented us into 6th place, I think. Yes, it has. Well, at the moment, Walsall haven't played yet. Walsall actually can go ahead of us, so we can drop down to 7th. Well, it is what it is. Right, I will be back, possibly, with a job offer on the table. Oh, that did not take long at all. So, we've been approached. I don't think there's any way that we can not leave, to be honest with you. Now, the board have actually requested a meeting. So, we'll attend it, and we'll see what happens. So, we'd appreciate if you're willing to reconsider joining another club and make a stay here. We're willing to discuss making it worth your while. What can we say? I don't want to lock myself in by suggesting one of these. So I'm suggesting... The thing is, with all of these, none of them will actually make a difference to me because we'll be moving leagues to League One. And yes, it's a risk because they're not doing very well, but none of these will actually make me... Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, that's okay. Aaron's a good man. Aaron's a good man. Right. We're leaving. Start negotiations. Let's have a look. I mean, to be honest, starting negotiations, I'm quite content with £3,400 a week. Promotion wage rise, we'll get 15% more if we get promoted. Relegation wage drop will drop by 35%. And they'll give us compensation if another club comes in for us as well. So... I think that's a very fair offer, to be honest with you. That's a very, very fair offer. But I am quite sad that it means we are going to be leaving. Although, I did kind of say we're probably looking in the period where we'll start thinking about leaving. I am going to miss these boys. I am actually going to miss them. I mean, Amari's been very, very good for us this season, actually. I've been a little bit harsh on him. He's been very good. Alex Ferguson has been as well. Luke Nicholas has been a rock, other than the last game. We won't talk about that. It's a very, very good team that we will be leaving behind. It does make me quite sad that we are leaving them behind, but it is time for us to move on. And again, although we're 6th at the moment, will we finish there at the end of the season? Maybe in and around there, but then if we finish 6th, do we win the playoffs? Probably not. So we end up staying in League 2 next season. Then we've got to try and build on that with probably not very much money. And again, relying on FA Cup games, whereas with Charlton, we probably don't need to rely on that quite as much. I am quite sad. I mean, the club has been very good to us, and they've got us to a continental... What is it? A continental B. So we're currently studying for our continental A. So we're getting there at the moment. Reputation-wise, is 2 stars for our manager. So, yeah, I think the time is definitely here. It is what it is. But I am going to miss the club. Are we one of their favourite people? We're on favourite personnel. I'm quite happy about that. If we'd been here longer, we might have got over to here. But favourite personnel, that's my minimum that I kind of want to be at. I'm a little bit gutted that we're on the same level as Ben El Mahani and Carlos Richards. I like to think that we've done a bit better than that, but it is what it is. Don't delay. Don't delay. And just like that, with the Charlton manager. That's a big move. That's a big, big move. And we brought Glenn Taylor with us as well as our director of football. I don't think that's going to last. I think at some point he'll become our assistant manager. But yeah, I'm pretty delighted, but also nervous because I've actually never done a save like this where I've done a mid-season swapping team. Normally, I would do the swap in the off-season or at the very beginning of the season. So to do it halfway through, I don't think I did that in my career last season. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But the opportunity has presented itself to us and we've taken it, which is very, very good. So now we have to try and do what we can to get them back on track. So this is how we're looking. So we're a 2.5-star reputation club. They're predicted to finish 5th. So there must be something to work with here, which is good. Charlie's welcomed us, director. On behalf of everyone at Charlton, I would like to formally welcome you to the club. Please familiarise yourself with the club through our helpful welcome pack before we move on to discuss the vision and objectives we'll be collectively working towards. Congratulations and welcome aboard. Thank you, Charlie. I really appreciate that. Assistant manager's vacant. I can't believe I didn't notice that and I just put Glenn Taylor there. Right, so they lifted the EFL trophy in 2025. Wonderful. The stadium is a massive stadium for this level. 27,000 people. That is a really, really good attendance that we could potentially be drawing from that. Status is okay for finances. We've got just under £500,000 transfer budget and 131,000 in the wage budget. You can see they have won trophies in the past, including the FA Cup, including the Championship, including League One, including the EFL trophy, and including the 3rd Division South, whatever that is. Excellent. That is the best 11 at the moment. They have got some loan obligations as well, which we're obviously going to get into. Funnily enough, Akil Higgins, who we had at Spennymoor, he actually belongs to Charlton. So this is their allegedly best 11. We will obviously be looking at this at some point. This is currently the club vision, what we're looking to work towards. So wage budget, reputation. We've looked at all this when we had the job offer, to be fair. But yeah, the kind of long-term thing is we're looking to get into the Championship. I want to be in the Championship by the end of next season, if I'm being honest with you. That's the kind of the time frame that I've set for myself. Now, in terms of the club vision for the supporters, they want to develop young players. Well, it depends how good the youth system is, but I'm happy with that. Whether we'll be here long enough or not for that, I don't know. If we come up against Millwall, we need to batter them, basically. We have to try and be competitive against Crystal Palace if we happen to play against them. And they want a mid-table finish in League One. I'm more than happy with a mid-table finish in League One. I will do a press conference to meet the media, and we'll keep that every month as well. But that is us here at Charlton. And we'll have a proper look at that in the next video. One thing I will do, just in the meantime, though, is that. Gotta match the colour of the new club. I'm excited to get going. I'm really excited. So we've got 6 days before our first match against Lincoln. In terms of the schedule, let's have a look at how things are going. You can see one opening day of the season, and it's kind of been on and off start from there. So actually, the season doesn't actually look that bad when you look at it like that. It's just been very on and off. So we just need to get a bit of a run going. So let's have a look at these first few games before we leave. So Lincoln, our 12th. That's a game that we can get something from at home. Huddersfield are first. We're probably going to write that one off. And Blackpool are bottom. And although it's away from home, they are bottom. So hopefully we can get something from that. That's a good first 3 games to kind of get through. We are going to come back almost straight away, to be fair. So we'll come back for Lincoln and Huddersfield. We're going to get battered against Huddersfield. I'm kind of accepting of that. But let's see what we can do against Lincoln. And fingers crossed, we can try and get off to a pretty reasonable start. Thank you for watching in what is a crazy episode. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a big like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so. And you'll make me a very happy chap. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you in the next video for Charlton Athletic. Cheers.